Nous avons la responsabilité pour protéger le public canadien, bien sûr, et comme le Premier ministre dit, il est important d'avoir une réponse canadienne avec les États-Unis et les autres alliés pour avoir un plan d'action contre cette situation.
Mais si vous êtes seul dans votre camp, est-ce que ça vous enlève vous enlève pas une caution morale sur le plan canadien spécifiquement?
Alors, c'est important d'avoir plusieurs réactions contre cette situation. Et j'espère que les membres de cette Chambre avoir un débat qui a bien sûr les points de vue différents, mais nous avons la responsabilité de protéger le public.
But you're alone on this, Minister Clement. I mean, if it goes wrong, everyone's going to be mad at you and not at the other.
I don't look at this from a political calculation point of view. Ultimately, our responsibility is to protect the public, to ensure that we are part of the alliance that wants to contain this threat, which is a threat to Canadians as well as to other citizens of the world. And so we can move forward on humanitarian aid. We can move forward on the diplomatic side, but we also have to contain the threat. And the Prime Minister, I think his remarks were spot on that.
Do you think that the majority of Canadians agree with you? There are some parts of the country where it's more of a Pacific.
It's hard on these. It's hard on these things to have unanimity amongst the public. There's going to be a diversity of views. But I believe ultimately our responsibility is to protect Canadians. And if the government cannot protect Canadians, then we're not doing our job.
It's a pretty rare scenario. Monsieur Harper disait qu'il n'y a pas vraiment de coût politique pour l'opposition à refuser d'appuyer la motion. Est-ce que vous pensez que le refus, c'est un calcul politique?
Alors, je peux dire qu'il y a des positions politiques, bien sûr, mais à fin du jour, c'est la responsabilité du gouvernement d'avoir une position qui peut protéger les citoyens et citoyennes canadiens et avoir partie d'une coalition internationale. C'est pas seulement les États-Unis ou les Grande-Bretagne, c'est une coalition internationale contre la situation qui existe maintenant dans l'Iran.
You're in a pretty special scenario where you're...
On the money, how much has been budgeted for Canada the next 6 months for this mission?
Well, I think that obviously we will have answers to that and they will be published in due course. Obviously, this will be something that will be over and above the regular budget for the Canadian forces, and we will have answers to those.
You're in a pretty special scenario now.
Asking Parliament for more money because Parliament will have to vote that money.
Well, Parliament votes on these things, as you know better than most, through supplementary estimates and through a formal debating process, and that will continue.
Back here, I just want to know.
Sorry.
How can you guarantee that you can be out at 6 months? Can you put a timeline on this?
Yeah, I think you have to understand. The way I put it is this: I think the Prime Minister, very appropriately, defined the mission as degrading the assets on the ground of ISIL and containing the threat, so that it is not a threat that can project its forces against Canadians and other members of other citizens of the world over the borders that they currently have. So I think the mission is well defined, and then obviously within that 6-month period, we're confident that we can achieve that mission.
But what if ISIL is not contained in 6 months? Are you just going to leave and let the other ones? Because you said we won't sit back and let other people do it.
Now you're inviting me to engage in speculation, which I don't think is appropriate.
Mr. Clement, you're
but are you guaranteeing that you'll leave, or are you not?
You're in a pretty special scenario now where you do not have the support of the House of Commons to go forward with the military mission. Do you think
I'm encouraging all 308 members, or those who exist, I guess there's a couple of by-elections, so it might be a bit fewer than 308, to actively debate and consider the resolution and make a decision that is consistent with their conscience.
Will your party have a free vote? À son rôle de convaincre les partis d'opposition. M. Harper parlait de la Grande-Bretagne où les sociaux-démocrates ont voté avec le gouvernement.
Oui, exactement.
Lui, il ne réussit pas à le faire, vraisemblablement. Est-ce que c'est pas un échec?
Il a dit dans un discours d'aujourd'hui qu'il est important d'avoir la participation canadienne dans cette mission, bien sûr, et j'espère peut-être les membres de la Chambre des communes dans l'opposition avoir un change de cœur, mais si c'est pas possible, il est important d'avoir un gouvernement du Canada qui connaît le rôle sérieux dans le monde contre cette situation et d'avoir un plan pour protéger les Canadiens. Merci beaucoup.